morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my garden. Everybody is happy this morning. I'm happy, the birds are happy, the garden is happy. Why? Because we finally got some rain yesterday. We got about a quarter inch of rain, and I was walking around this morning and everything looks so good. There's nothing like a rainstorm to perk up your garden. So today we are going to spend some time planting my garden. Now I am a week ahead of my schedule, but I looked at the long range forecast. So our nights are going to be around 50 degrees. We're going to get some hot, humid weather, and I really want to get all these plants in the ground. That is what we're going to do today. So I'll see you right back here in a little bit. So I'm hoping that I can get this whole thing planted today, between today and Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to take Tuesday afternoon off work, and I'm going to see if I can get the whole thing planted. What do you think? Think I can do it? Leave a comment down below and let me know if you think I can do it. All right, here we go. Here are my tomatoes. I'm going to plant these first. I picked one of every variety in here, and they're getting so tall they're falling over. So they really need to get planted. That happens every time I start filming. Oh, those dogs. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all these in here, but we're going to try. Now this year I am planting my tomatoes on my arched trellis. It'll give me a lot of height for my tomatoes, and I should be able to fit 14 tomato plants in here along the sides, and then we'll see where I can stick them in other places. See this? They never go in the greenhouse. But I opened up a bag of blood meal, and that'll attract your dogs faster than anything else. So here are my planting tools that I use. My favorite planting tool will always be a bulb planter, because you can go down, twist it to get a spot, roll it around, and get a plug. And then I put a little bit of blood meal. This is nitrogen. Little bit of bone meal. This is phosphorus. See there, phosphorus? Like a pinch, like literally that much in each hole. And then I'm also adding in some alfalfa pellets, just like like half a handful of alfalfa pellets in each hole. I also have this auger. This goes on the end of your cordless drill. So it goes on the end of this. And this is for digging holes that need to go deeper, because I don't have the hand strength anymore that I used to have. And this really, you can go down pretty deep. And for the tomatoes, I want to go pretty deep. So that's all the tools I need for planting. It works for everything. All of this, the blood meal will help promote growth. It gives it lots of nitrogen along with the alfalfa pellets, and the bone meal will promote blooms. So that'll get them to start flowering and produce some fruit. So that's why we're doing all that. The other thing I will put in the hole and top dress each plant with is this black cow manure. This does have a 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, but it's just a really good slow release fertilizer. And my soil here is pretty good, but it's a little sandy. And so I always like to add some cow manure or compost on top of what I'm, like top dress it, of whatever I'm planting. Okay, so for the last 45 minutes or so, I have been placing all my plants. Now, since I'm growing vertically, I can place these plants a little bit closer together than if you would grow these, say, in cages in a raised bed or a container or an regular in-ground garden. But I'm growing them vertically, so I can put them a little closer together. I'm also breaking one of my rules as far as crop rotation. And this row had tomatoes in it last year. It's going to get them again this year because I ran out of room. And I have decided that I just want to grow lots and lots and lots of tomatoes because I just am hoping I can get a nice variety. And I'm just, last year was so disappointing that I'm kind of going overboard this year. So here we go. So I ended up spacing my tomatoes all along here, all the different varieties, and then this is my arch trellis here. You can see this goes up. I planted all along here. And I planted all along here. So those are all tomatoes. So I have 29 different varieties of tomatoes. I tried to group them together, like these are the potato leaf varieties. You can see leaves are different. These are beefsteaks over here. These have regular leaves on them. I put some yellow ones over here. These are ox hearts. These are cherries. The one on the end there is a cherry. And then these are a variety of multicolored and regular tomatoes. So yeah, a little crazy, but we'll see what happens. You know me, I like to experiment. We'll see what happens. Okay, let me show you what I did with the peppers. So this year in my raised beds, I'm growing peppers. Most of these in here are sweet peppers along here. And then these are ornamental. These are ornamental. These are ornamental. And in this little part of my raised bed, I put some ornamental ones right here as well. Hopefully they'll, by time they get tall enough, they'll be over the cabbage. There's a cabbage there, and there's a cabbage here. So they should be high enough by the time the cabbage gets really big to be okay. Okay, now comes the fun part. I have to put all these in the ground. Okay, the first thing I want to do is dig a hole. Whoops. Then I take a pinch of blood meal, pinch of bone meal, about that much alfalfa pellets, and I put some compost on top of it. You can see these are nicely rooted, not overly rooted. Just snug them in, not too tight. And then I take off any of these lower leaves that potentially would start causing troubles. And then I just top dress it with a little bit of compost. And I'll top dress this whole area. And that's it. So it's 4:30. I started this whole thing, I want to say about 10:30-ish. I started planting. So do you think I got done, or do you think I didn't get done? I got done. I got everything done that I wanted to get done. So I'm going to give you a really quick show around the garden, and then as the weeks go on, I'll do a little bit in more detail of what I've actually planted. Okay, so let me show you what I planted. All my tomatoes are planted. So I believe I counted 29 varieties of tomatoes. Those are all planted here, here, and here. And then in between some of the tomato plants, I put these marigold plants that I had grown from seed down here. So not everything has a marigold plant in between it, but there are quite a few of them. Look at these. These are my favorite. I'll have to look at the packages and see which ones those are. And then as we walk up here, I planted my beans. These are bush beans. There's probably way too many plants for these pots, but it'll be fine. And then this is extra pepper plants. These are hot. Jalapeno, poblano, serrano, and ancho. So the hot peppers, they like the buddy system. So I planted those. Most peppers like the buddy system. So those are planted. Those are extras. Peas have already been here. I did not plant my cucumbers, zucchini, and cantaloupe. I think I'm going to wait until they get their true leaves before I plant them. Then in my raised beds, I planted all these peppers here. I kind of staggered them and threw in some flowers in between. This is calendula here, zinnias. I believe those are cosmos. More calendula. Look at this neon color. I hope it comes through. Wowza. And then I have my ornamental peppers in here as well. Look at this Cosmo. These are ornamental peppers. This is broccoli in here. More flowers, ornamental peppers. More flowers. Aren't these beautiful? These are zinnias. I ended up planting this pot. I always have flowers in this pot. So that is it for today. I'm going to go in the house and collapse. Probably won't be able to move tonight. But I really wanted to get this planted before this week, since the hot and humid weather is going to show up this week. That's how our springs are in Wisconsin. We go from, 40 to 50 degree days to 80. There's like no in between, no 60s and 70s. It just goes right to 80 and humid. So I feel good that I got that all done. Let me know if you got your garden in the comment section below. And if you did, how's it doing? And if you're getting rain. We haven't been getting rain, but that little bit of rain we got yesterday sure was a blessing. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you here next week. Happy gardening, everybody. Bye-bye.